Hello and welcome to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell, Youth Services Director at the B.B. Comer Library. I want to take just a moment to thank TV 47 and Robert especially for all they do to help us put on this program so we can let people know events going on in the community as they relate to the Comer Library and some of our events. Today joining me is Chief Kelley Johnson from the Sylacauga Police Department. Thank you so much for being here.
Glad to be here, Mandy.
Great. Well, a lot of things going on, I know, all the time, but the first thing I want to talk about is the drug take-back program that y'all were a part of. Tell us about that.
The Sylacauga Police Department teamed up with Marble City Pharmacy. Danny Johnson heads it from the pharmacy there. And what Drug Take-Back Day is, it's a national drug take-back day, and it just gets the word out. You know, we promote it, we advertise it to let people know that we're accepting unused or out-of-date medication.
Okay.
And that's from anything from vitamins that are out of date to, probably one of the strongest things that we took back this year was some fentanyl patches. We take back all type of we get pain medication.
I'm sure that happens a lot. I mean, if you have surgery and get some pain medication and you don't use it all, you don't really know what to do with it.
Yeah, everybody's cabinets are cluttered with unused medication, or they have a family member to pass away and they're responsible for that family member's property, and they usually take the medication in, and we appreciate the people bringing it to us on that day because, one, it keeps it from getting on the streets, either for resale or for from someone. A lot of people will prey on the elderly, and if they know that an elderly person has passed away and they live in their own home, they may go into the home and take it. That's another way it gets out on the streets.
That's true.
So we invite people on that day to bring it to us. We usually set up where we did this time in the top parking lot at City Hall, and they don't have to get out of the vehicles. We walk up to the cars, we take the medication, and we put it into our drug take-back box. Okay.
Now you said it's not just pills; it can be patches, things like that.
It can be any medical product that they have.
Okay.
And that's one day of the year. It's sponsored by the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, and the state of Alabama Mental Health is the one that actually heads it for our state. So we kind of team up with all of the above, all those organizations, but physically sitting out in the parking lot, it's usually me and one or two of my people and Danny. That's who came this time from Marble City Pharmacy. But we take it back and we dispose of that medication safely. A lot of people may think flush it down the toilet.
Right, that was what I was going to ask. Why that's not a good idea?
It's not a good idea. Flushing it, if you're in a sewer system especially, it recycles. The water's recycled and it's cleaned, but sometimes maybe it's not. It could contaminate your drinking water.
You just don't want to take that risk.
Yeah, and we take it and we actually incinerate it. The city just bought a new incinerator this year, so we put it to use, and it takes only seconds for them to dump it in there and incinerate it.
Well, that's great. Well, that's a great program you do. I appreciate that. I'll have to look through my cabinets and get ready for the next one now.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. We don't just take it on the one day. We have a box that we prepare, and it's actually the one that we use that day. It sits at the police department in a secure location, and if you have stuff and want to bring it in to us, we'll take it at any time.
Anytime. Well, that's good to know. That's great, because I might not go through mine in April. I might go through it any other time. That'd be great.
Anytime, just bring it to us.
Well, I have to tell you, the reason I called you to come on the show is I saw one of your magazine type things, Your Life, Your World, Safe and Secure. How safe are you? Yes, this was Tracy Thomas, our director, gave me this, and we looked through it and thought it would be a great idea. Just some good general idea. I mean, precautions to take in here, so I wanted to kind of cover that. And thank you to all the sponsors who helped for this.
These magazines are strictly free to anybody. We have them at the police station. We take them to different setups like the
different places where people can get groups
anywhere
and
where we
like
set up a bench or a table.
Oh, okay.
And for Leadership Sylacauga, we give them to all the leadership people. It's just made available for everybody.
Great.
Anybody that needs them, they're donated or advertisements are bought, and it's the businesses here in Sylacauga that support us. We appreciate all the support, and these are, like I say, these are free for everyone.
Good. Our community is great. I know they're a great support to us at the library, and I know for the police department too. We have a great community. We appreciate all our sponsors. Well, one of the first things is here is talking about identity theft. Just kind of explain what that is and how that works.
Well, identity theft is it's a pretty big problem, especially with technology the way it is today.
Yes.
Identity theft is when someone takes your personal information, whether it be your name and date of birth, your social security number, bank information, anything that they can take to use to get an identity or use your identity to either make money or get credit or get loans. There's several different things that they can use that information for, and it pretty much it'll hurt you. It hurts the people that that are victims of it. It hurts them pretty badly.
Right. How can we prevent this? I know that's probably a wide topic too.
To prevent it, it's things that we tell you all the time. Don't give out your social security number. If you're going to use your bank or debit cards, use them on secure internet sites that you know about.
I had someone tell me this. It was a policeman actually who did a program for me on scams. He said, if you want to donate to an agency, I'm sure you do too, get a lot of calls wanting people to donate or give money for this and that. He said, if you want to donate to an agency, you contact them, so you know that that's really who you're contacting. And I'd never thought of it that way. It's very simple, but you know who you're talking to then. That's
exactly true. You initiate the conversation if you want to donate. It hurts our nonprofit organizations pretty badly. It cuts a lot of funds because people don't know when it's a true donation or if it's somebody that's trying to get their identity and use it for personal gain.
And it's hard to tell. You can't just tell over the phone.
No, you can't. They're convincing. The people and the businesses that do this are very convincing, and there's about 10 million cases per year.
Oh my goodness!
Over the United States of identity fraud or identity theft.
Oh my goodness. Well, we do need to protect and not give out that information over the phone. We're going to pause for a commercial break, and then we'll come right back and talk some more with Chief Johnson from the Sylacauga Police Department.
Hi, it's Shawnee McNeil at South First Bank. This is a great time for you to buy or build a new home, or maybe refinance your present mortgage. Our rates are the lowest they've been in years, and that means saving you money. We've been helping our customers become homeowners in this area for nearly 70 years, and we can make our approvals right here in the office, and that means saving you time. We're located here in downtown Sylacauga. Come in and find South First, a better way to bank.
Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by today and see us. Marble City Pharmacy, where your health comes first.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Chief Kelley Johnson from the Sylacauga Police Department. I appreciate you being here today. And we've been talking about identity theft, being very careful where you share your information or not to share your information. I know a lot of places will say, IRS will not contact you by phone. You're going to get a letter in the mail, things like that. And what about if you get emails and things like that? Is that something that goes on too?
When you get into the emails, it's kind of a different crime.
Right. Okay.
If you're going to be answering emails, you get into more of the cybercrime.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that poses a danger. Cybercrime is when they use your computer or your network to commit another crime, whether it be harassment against you or they'll send these emails out that are, the emails that come to you that if you don't know about it, if you're not sure about it, the best thing to do is to just delete the email.
Just delete it, all right.
Block them, make them spam or whatever, send it to your junk folder. But when you get into the cybercrime, you're talking about personal computers being taken over by someone else or even entire networks. And when this happens, it's usually very costly to the organization that it happens to.
Right.
Cybercrime is big in pornography. If you open up a website or something, then it downloads just tons of pornographic material.
Right.
That's one of the things that we'll talk about when we talk about keeping your children safe.
Right. Okay.
They click on the wrong thing, then it pops up, and there your child has been introduced to something that they don't need to be.
And that's so easy to do. Well, we'll get into that in just a minute, but we were talking about what to do if you do think your identity has been stolen or you've been a victim. What do they do?
Yeah, it's the first thing to do is to go to your local police department, sheriff's office, file a report. Your credit bureaus are going to want copies of the reports.
Right.
And if it's a matter of them taking your credit cards or your debit cards, you want to close any accounts that they've gotten into, any information that they may have for those, whether it be checking accounts with some checks that they've stolen or credit card, debit cards, those type of accounts.
Right.
The next thing, if you're after you've filed the reports, you want to get the things to your credit bureau, and you also want to keep a credit check done yearly. You can get free yearly credit checks from some of the major credit bureaus.
Okay, because sometimes you don't even know, really.
Yeah, a lot of times people won't know until they do those credit checks.
Right. A friend of my daughter's just graduated college, applying for a credit card, and they said, well, we see 2 names associated with your Social Security number. Well, she never would have known had she not applied that. So it does pay to kind of stay on top of that. Even to stay on top of your account at the bank. You might not know. My husband had used his debit card, and they put in the wrong amount trying to scam him. And this was several years ago, but the police department was all over that. Thank you. That was several years ago, but all over that, and got everything fixed. Everything was fine, but it took a little work, took a little time.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. You don't want to. I don't want to lose the money I've worked for.
Well, you don't want to. You don't want to lose that, but you also don't want to have to go through the burden of getting your credit cleaned up, because it'll really ruin your credit. Even though you didn't do it, you still have to work hard to get your credit cleaned.
Right, that's true. That's true. And one other thing about computers we were talking about, I know we've had phone calls, something about, is there something wrong with your computer, or we see there's a problem with your computer. Please allow me, the person who's calling, to take control of your computer, give me your password and everything. And some people will do that because they think the person is trying to help them. And once you've done that, they've got control of your computer.
Yeah,
that's scary.
Some of these large organizations, large companies may have people that they don't know that are working on their computers, but most everybody knows what's going on with their personal computer.
Right.
And there's not anybody out there that can tell you that there's a problem with it. If you're not having a problem with it, don't believe somebody just by calling you and telling you that there's a problem, because something's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. Just be careful what you give people
That's
online
right.
and
That's
on
right.
the telephone. Well, we touched a little bit about how to protect your child online. You talked about the pornography aspect. I know sometimes kids and even adults just clicking around on things, and you open up something that you did not intend to open up. It just happens sometimes.
It does, and that's a cybercrime attack.
Really?
It's they'll push, whether it be spams with pornography or they can go as far as taking over your computers. Some of the larger cyber crimes have been where an entity takes over a hospital's system, their network system, and even with their robotics, with people on the operating table, they take over their robotics, and that hospital has to scramble to make a payment so that they can get their hospital secure again and finish the surgery. So they kind of hold people hostage and for ransom.
It's a scary world, I
It is.
that we live in. I know.
Technology is great to a point, but it's a very dangerous realm too.
So if we think we've been a victim of a scam or a fraud or something like that, contact the police department, banks, those agencies that
Yes,
help
ma'am.
us. Okay, good.
Yeah, and if it's something that's local, if the people that are doing this is local, we're able to get enough information, we make a case on it. But
Right.
if a lot of this stuff is sold online, your social security numbers and stuff, and the actual crime takes place far off.
Somebody
where
in
we are.
Jamaica is using a phone number from Kentucky to call you, so
Yeah.
just to make it that much harder to find them.
That's correct.
I don't know that for sure, but that's just random places. And you can't go to Jamaica to
Yeah,
clear this
no,
up.
We couldn't go and extradite from over there.
That would be very difficult. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do to keep us safe. I do appreciate everything the police department does. We're going to pause for another commercial break, and then we'll be back to talk a little bit more about being safe.
As a designated Champ City, Sylacauga is dedicated to being sure that every child has a healthy meal.
Join us in spreading the word that healthy meals are available to children 18 and under as a part of Get Healthy Talladega County's after school and summer meals program.
Remember, every meal matters. So get up and get moving.
Get healthy, Sylacauga. Get healthy, Talladega County.
It all starts with you.
Not getting a good night's sleep? Come into King's Mattress Outlet in Sylacauga and let us help you get that good night's sleep you deserve. We carry the best quality mattresses at the best prices from Restonic, King Cole, and Park Place. Eurotop Queen mattresses start at $199. Check out our Restonic Cabot Eurotop mattress with 1,000 individually pocketed coils, marvelous middle for back support, and comfort gel memory foam. King's Mattress Outlet in Sylacauga. Best quality at the best prices.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by today and see us. Marble City Pharmacy, where your health comes first.
Hello and welcome back to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell talking with Sylacauga Police Chief Kelley Johnson. Thank you again for being here. We've talked about identity theft and cybercrime and things like that. Now I just want to talk about general safety precautions that we can take. Probably things we've all heard, but it never hurts to review them again. Talking about now, I guess I know I see a lot of people out walking at night, and we did. My family, we went for a walk in our neighborhood. And after we got halfway around the block, realized nobody had on any bright clothing. So that was probably not very safe. But what are just some general safety rules that we need as we're out and about in town?
Okay. Yeah. Well, safety, you want to take a common sense approach to safety.
Right.
If something doesn't feel right, then, trust your instinct on it.
Okay.
It may not be. But just to be safe out and about, walking around or shopping, use the common sense rules that we say, you want to park in a lit area.
Right.
Or you want to walk, like you said, with some type of reflective, if you're just out walking, reflective vest or brightly colored clothing or something that people will recognize you as pedestrian.
Right. Flashlight.
Flashlight, a blinking light if you're on a bicycle, something to where the motorist can see that you're there.
Right, right. And I know, being a woman, they'll always say, walk with confidence. Don't walk like you're lost or you're distracted or you don't know exactly where you're going. Walk like you've got a purpose.
Yeah.
I think that goes a long way too.
And the confidence goes a long way with about anything that you do.
That's true. People
are less likely to walk up to you and I don't know, I'd say bother you if you're a confident person. They don't think you're lost. They don't think that you're meek and not able to take care of yourself.
Oh, well, that's true. That's good. And I know, be alert and aware of your surroundings. Don't
always be alert of your surroundings. We talk about when you go to Walmart, people need to have it in the back of their mind. What is an escape route? If something goes on in here, where are the exits?
Okay.
Those are some of the things that we look for, and because it may be more than an active shooter situation. It could be a fire, could be anything going on.
Right, anything.
You want to know the best route, the quickest route for you to get out of there.
Well, that's true. I never thought about that, but wherever you go.
Wherever you go,
just be aware.
The first thing to do is to look at your surroundings and find the nearest exit that you're closest to, and
okay.
If something happens, use it.
You know what to do.
That's right.
That's great. What about our cars, vehicles?
Well, we have a lot of breaking and entering motor vehicles. It's a problem here, but it's a problem everywhere. Mm-hmm. And when I say breaking and entering, normally it's not a breaking. It's just someone enters a vehicle, and the person has usually left the vehicle unlocked.
Oh, okay.
It's a crime of opportunity, and if we don't give the criminal the opportunity to take it, if they have to work for it, whether it's breaking a window, and that happens, they do break windows sometimes. But like I say, the majority of the time, it's just that they walk by and they check a door handle. The door handle's unlocked, and then they go into the car. We ask that people not leave their doors unlocked. We ask that they not leave valuables inside of cars. Purses, firearms are a big theft in these vehicles that are getting broken into. Mm-hmm. So it's a dangerous for us after they get into the car and get the firearm. Right. So we'd like to just kind of put the bug in their ear to keep their doors locked.
Right.
A lot of times it'll prevent it.
It's just a habit to start
is.
Making that a habit.
Start making it a habit, just like hopefully you do when you leave your house. You lock your door.
Right.
We want to keep folks safe out there.
And this is not just in town. This is in your own driveway.
This is anywhere. Yeah, most of the burglaries of vehicles happen at their residence.
Really, it's all quiet. Yeah,
all quiet. They walk by and take if the opportunity is given to them, they take it.
Really, well, I don't want them to do that. I have gotten into the habit. I lock my car every time I get out. I've locked my keys in my car a couple of times, but that's okay.
We'll help you with that too.
Oh, that's true. That's true. How about our homes?
Homes,
same
thing. When you go out, make sure your doors are locked. Alarm systems are great.
Okay.
We may, if you have problems with your alarm system, we're going to answer the calls there. If it's the 5th time we've gone in the last hour, we're going to answer the alarm call. Hopefully the homeowner will help us out by getting it fixed. Yeah. But we don't just let it go. Right. We actually respond. So. Alarm systems are great. Camera systems are great.
Okay.
Not everybody has those, but
I see more of that.
Yeah, they're a big help because we may know that the burglary has happened because the alarm went off, but if we don't know who did it, then not a lot we can do with it.
Right.
So cameras are really wonderful. But you also, some of the more simple things to do are just to make sure that your shrubbery is trimmed. The shrubs and bushes that are in front of the home, you want to cut them down so that if somebody's hiding back there, you can see them.
Okay.
And they're not able to use that cover to go and break a window or to get into the
home
unnoticed.
Have lights around your house, I think, too.
Lights on the corners functioning properly, porch lights functioning properly. Even your windows, you want to make sure that your windows open and close, that they're locked.
Okay.
And it's not just to keep people out, but if something occurs in the home where you've got to make a quick exit, house fire or something of that nature.
Oh,
you know, your windows aren't painted shut, and
sure, yeah.
you're able to raise them and go out the window.
Right. You want to be able to get out in a hurry.
That's right.
And I know when we were talking about plants, I think we have some plants around our windows that have those sticky leaves. I don't know if that's a deterrent, but I sure wouldn't want to hide behind one. I don't know. That would not be fun if I were trying to break into a house. But so those are just simple things.
Those are just simple things that people can do to help themselves. And you know, if we're riding by and we see someone crouched down behind a plant or something, that we can, you know, we'll stop and talk to them. I hope.
Yes.
And it may be you cleaning out the flower bed, but I hope my guys.
I wouldn't mind if you stopped. That'd be fine. Yeah.
Stop and talk to the homeowner if that's who it is, or identify the person that's hiding behind your bushes.
That's true. What about? Well, let's see. Oh, yeah, your mail. I know that's the simple thing. If you're going to be gone for several days, have someone pick up your mail, or held at the post office. Things like that.
Yeah, that's right. Pick up the mail for your neighbors. You know, arrange that first with your neighbor.
Right. Yeah.
But let them pick it up, or get them to hold it at the post office, because if somebody sees your mail piling up, they know that no one's there, no one's checking on the place, and it makes it an easy target.
So you just want to do everything you can to not make it an easy target. Lock your doors, lock your cars, turn the lights on outside, things like that. Anything that would make a thief say, well, I'm not going to come here, I'm going to go somewhere else, you know.
Even if it means, you know, getting timers, all those things help. Timers with lights on timers.
Oh, okay, good.
A lot of your alarm systems now, you can control the lights with it. So.
Oh, that's right from your phone, from wherever you are. That's a good idea too. Well, now to get on, we've got about a minute left. Texting and driving, distracted driving.
Distracted driving is just as dangerous as driving under the influence, maybe even more dangerous, because there's more people doing it. And distracted driving is anything from texting, which is against the law in the state of Alabama, texting and driving. Using a navigation system while you're driving is against the law as well. It's part of the texting and driving law.
Oh, okay.
Answering and talking on the phone, trying to send a phone call, anything that takes your eyes off the road is something that we would ask you not to do. And that goes as far as eating and driving. Trying to multitask, eat, put on makeup, whatever it may be. Just, you know, there's more accidents caused by distracted driving than any other thing that there is.
My goodness. Well, we need to stop it, not just because it's against the law, but because it's so
dangerous. That's right.
Yeah. Well, we are almost out of time, but thank you so much for coming today. And like I said before, we appreciate what the police department does. I see the guys driving around my neighborhood, and I'm always glad to see y'all are out and about. I know that.
You're very welcome.
We appreciate it, and thank you for joining me on Library Connection.